Wow, you immediately took a drink of water.
Yeah,
I warned you ahead of time.
Gotta freshen up. Gotta get my voice not so croaky.
Nice. Yeah. So, what do you want to talk about first?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Usually, we can talk about something before we get to the main...
The juicy bits.
Yeah, until we get to the
lemonade.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I guess that's fair, because I did do that to you last time.
Did you?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. It was yesterday, and we already forgot all of it.
Yeah, I forgot everything I learned yesterday, besides sign.
Besides signing. Yeah, today was our second day of sign
That's
language
how every
class.
podcast is going to start out.
Yeah, seriously. I usually give Autumn a ride home, so this is like... Yeah, there's a convenient time for this, and it's just gonna work out that way every time now.
So it's just a little nice convenience.
Yeah.
Anyways, second day of sign, pretty fun. Lots taken.
Oh yeah, we learned so much today.
There was definitely a lot.
Yeah, we learned how to describe people.
Oh yeah. What
they were wearing, what color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We learned how to describe people by their hair and. You already said that, huh? Oh my god.
Oh god.
We learned colors. We learned numbers, like little preschoolers. Oh my god, stop.
Autumn, stop repeating what I'm saying. Oh my god.
No, right? Future theater president. I'm just gonna do that this whole year now.
Please do.
Oh my god, no, that'd be so annoying.
That would be.
Why did you tell me to do it? Just gotta advertise because I want to be supportive theater president, and probably not gonna happen, but we're gonna shoot for it. So
it will happen. I believe in you. Yeah. But yeah, I interrupted you. We were learning numbers in the class as well.
I already said that.
Oh my god! Wow.
Sorry.
That was harsh. Autumn.
Sorry.
How dare you?
Sorry, I don't know. Oh.
Just because you say sorry and sign doesn't mean I forgive you.
What do you mean? Of course it means you should forgive me. No, I'm just kidding.
Is that all we did in sign today?
We played an elephant game.
Oh yeah. I was acting like everybody knows what it is, but
no. Well, you can't even like relate this to theater because you don't know who's gonna listen to this. But basically, we all got up in a circle, and our instructor pointed to us, and the person she pointed to had to like raise their two fists and put them together.
Against their nose.
Yeah, against their nose. So it was like a trunk, so to speak. And then the two people beside them had to like put up their hands to like substitute for ears. So it was like elephant ears, and she would just like do it rapidly, and like she pulled one on me. She was like facing this way, and she was just like I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like it had as much of a point as the other games we played. I mean,
yeah.
That was kind of a fun. I just realized that. As much of a point. No, but I get it, because I guess it's like, it's understanding when she's pointing at us.
Yeah. I also think it was just like an icebreaker kind of game, you know?
I mean, that was halfway through the class, though.
Yeah, but it's the second day.
It was our second day.
Yeah.
We already know each other.
Rebecca!
I know Rebecca. I know
Alice.
Yeah, I know everybody.
I know Joshua. I know everybody.
Yeah, they're my best friends now.
Only in a matter of 48 hours. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I'm excited for the rest of the class.
Yeah, but hopefully it's not as fast paced, or I'll get used to it eventually, but like
at
today,
this rate.
yeah, on the second day, I'm just like very exhausted from just on multiple levels, and I kind of like walked in, and she was very fast today, and I didn't want to tell her to slow down because everyone was like, "Oh yeah, we're good," and I was like,
I was like, different person.
I was like, yeah, I'm good, because I'll catch on to like every other sign, and it's just, yeah. still learning spelling. Not really. I just, like, when I'm spelling my name and I go, like, I want to, like, go to, like, R for some reason. So I just, like, my hand has a short seizure. Artem. Ari, welcome to the broadcast. It's all good.
Autumn's definitely the one that can do voices. Well, I can't do anything.
Oh no! You did the jingle single-handedly. Jazz hands. The little jingle for the podcast.
Oh yeah, the song, but that doesn't mean I can do voices.
Well, yeah, but it's a different level.
That's off topic.
I'm just trying to make you feel better.
Make me feel better, but that's off topic and irrelevant.
I mean, it's not off topic. I mean, we're literally recording the podcast right now. But
yeah,
I don't know.
We made that intro in like 10 minutes, and then I just like fixed it up a little bit.
Yeah. It's pretty snazzy. I'll tell you, if I did it, it would sound like something was being put in a garbage disposal. And then there'd be a little sign in there, but you wouldn't be able to know.
What?
Like, I don't know. I was just trying to be like, there'd be like a little sign in there, but you wouldn't know.
Oh.
Because it'd just be noises. Oh my god.
Autumn, no clapping.
I'm sorry.
You know this. I just realized how much I'm like doing that like kind of humor right now.
No, it's fine.
That's okay.
It's humor anyways. People laugh at it.
It's funny.
I don't know. I laugh at everything.
Oh, me too. Don't worry.
But I'm also really slow at picking up things. Like literally, we did the whole show.
Oh yeah.
We sat in the room to talk about Insidious. I'm about to go into Mamma Mia. We were recently in a musical of a school production of Mamma Mia. So there's this scene towards the end, the very end, where it's Rosie, right? Rosie? Rosie, one of the dynamos, makes this joke about Sophie's dad. She's like, "Don't you think it's funny? You wait 20 years for 3 dads to come along, and 3 all come at the same time."
You messed it up.
Did I?
No, you waited for a dad to come along and 3 dads. You said 3 dads both times.
Oh, God.
But waited for 1 dad to come along and then 3 came out at the same time.
Yeah, and then 3 all come at the same time. And, like, literally, I never thought anything of it. I just thought it was, like, a quirky line. Like, I don't really know. And everybody would laugh at it, and I was like, am I just stupid? Turns out I am. Because I didn't get the joke until closing night.
It's not even really a joke.
It kind of is.
Not really.
It's like,
I don't understand, like, why you think that you didn't understand it.
Because I didn't.
I
didn't take it in that sense. I didn't take it in that sense. I just thought, like, 3 dads come to the taverna one day. Oh, wow, dads.
That's literally what the joke is.
No, it's not.
It's not even structured like a joke. It's just... Or, I mean, I guess it is. It's just not, it's not funny.
It's I mean, yeah, it's not, like, terribly funny, but I didn't understand it in the sense that everybody else was thinking about it at the time.
What? No, I'm sorry. I just don't know.
Don't pull on me right now.
Because, okay, the joke is that...
3 dads come at the same time.
When she was looking for her 1 dad. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is they could have all been her dad. Because they all...
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna record this.
That's the show. I know, I just don't understand, like, what you didn't understand about it.
I don't know.
No, I'm sorry,
I don't know. Anyway. I also looked at a Coca-Cola bottle, and it said, like, the expiration date was, like... Was it
there?
Yeah, because we were rehearsing, and we were sitting... It was, like, Tech Week, and I had, like, a Coca-Cola bottle, and it had the date on it, and I thought it was, like, the year, but it was, like, a month, and then the date of the month, and so I was like, this thing's good for, like, 1,000,000 years, and you're like, yeah, it's a couple days, and, like, I didn't understand. It was probably, like, okay, I don't even remember. I'm not gonna make a fool of myself.
It's okay.
Basically, I'm just really slow at picking things up.
You're really not. It's just sometimes.
It goes over my head.
But everybody does. Everybody has their moment.
But I have my moments like every day.
No. It's not a moment. It happens all the time.
Memories. Yeah. So there was that. I'm a bit slow.
Oh, no, I was thinking about, like, have you ever had, like, sleep paralysis?
Paralysis?
Yeah, paralysis.
No, but I'm, like, deeply terrified of it.
Oh, no, yeah, for sure. It sounds terrifying.
Have you had sleep paralysis?
No, I haven't, but my dad has. But I just heard it's caused by stress. So,
Yeah.
I mean...
Don't stress.
Yeah.
Don't be a high schooler.
And if you stress about not being stressed...
Then your demon's gonna be like, so I don't really know what I'm here for.
Yeah.
But, stop, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I just want to talk about dreams for a little bit. Because
Okay.
I think they're, like,
Yeah.
pretty crazy. What's your whole spill on dreams?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not really fond of them at the moment because I've just been having like nightmares every night. But,
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know why. And then I'll wake up 3 times a night.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me right now, but like, my body doesn't want to sleep. It doesn't want to like eat breakfast. I think it's just too early in the morning. Honestly.
No, yeah, I do.
That's a thing with me. And then, yeah, I've been having nightmares like every night for like the past like 2 weeks, and so.
Are they like reoccurring or?
No, they're just all new. And literally, I had one the other night that like I hate so much. I had to fight my ex.
No.
But not like that. Like it was like dead on combat. And I
like to the death.
To the death, and I didn't know what to do, and it was really creepy because she does some really weird things. I was like, oh. Yeah, it was...
I don't remember any of my dreams. Like,
no.
Yeah, unless they're just like so scary that I repress them. No, I remember a couple, but it's very, very rare for me to remember a dream.
Oh my goodness. Lucky you. Yeah, I'll have like good dreams. I don't like look back at it and go, oh, that was so good.
No, yeah.
But like
the stuff you remember is what like traumatizes
but
you.
I don't know. Like I'll have nice dreams and I'll wake up and I'll just be like,
that was nice.
I'm pretty lonely.
That went two opposite directions.
No, I literally dream about the worst stuff.
Oh, God.
And it's like I remember it so vividly lately. I'm just like, yeah.
No.
I don't know. But I cut my hair. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Makes me happy. Yeah. It's quirky and stupid, but I've smiled so much like when I like just like do that, and I'm like,
yeah.
I'll stand in the mirror. I'll be like,
when I was little, I used to have like pretty vivid dreams.
Yeah.
Or where I knew like I was dreaming and everything. But yeah, not anymore.
Do you have what are they calling it? Insidious astral?
No, astral projection or whatever.
Astral projection. Do you go to the further?
I mean, I remember some very like scary, like I don't know the proper term for it, but basically where you know you're in a dream and you're trying to control certain things in your dream.
Isn't that like lucid dreaming or something?
I think yeah.
Yeah.
So I used to lucid dream a lot. I'm assuming that's the right term.
It's like a 5-year-old. You're like, yeah, dude.
No, but most of them would turn into nightmares where like I have some grasp of control, but then because it's a nightmare, I can't do what I want to do.
Yeah.
You know, so like example would be I had a dream when I was little that I was like running from a dog or something, and then like so I couldn't get away properly because like it's weird to explain, but the feeling of it is almost like a computer glitching where it would like just constantly go back and forth. It's
the Matrix.
Yeah, kind of. Where I don't know, I just don't feel in control, but I'm still conscious to know I'm in a dream and everything.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah, I used to have a lot of those. I had one that I was on a bus, and then like behind me was a floating head, like chasing after the bus.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, those are the dreams I remember.
I just like immediately thought of like, you play Call of Duty Zombies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like when you're like in the bus doing like the little story mode or whatever it is, it's not really story mode, but like when you have multiple players. And...
Black Ops 2, right?
Yeah, I think so. And you like look at the back of the bus and there's just like zombies running after the bus at like high velocity, and you're like, Excuse me?
Yeah, yeah, I used to have quite a bit of those. I had ones where like my toys would come alive and try to kill me.
Oh.
But I don't have dreams anymore, so.
Oh my god.
I just don't remember them. Everybody has dreams.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That was a rabbit hole, huh?
Yeah, seriously.
I don't know.
I just think dreams are really interesting.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's interesting what like the mind comes up when it's unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on. Sorry.
No,
Another
it's
dream
fine.
I just remembered was pretty recent.
Oh,
the one where my dogs were singing to me.
Oh, I didn't know that was recent.
Yeah, that was probably almost a year ago actually, but not when I was like little. The other ones were when I was pretty little. But no, it was in my living room. Typically, like those kinds of dreams are in a place I've been, where it's like very real feeling. You're you know somewhere you're comfortable. And I was in the living room, and then my dogs started singing to me. I wrote down the lyrics somewhere, but because it was a full-on song.
Yeah.
It's just it's so crazy because I don't know if I like stole it from another song in my head or if I just came up with a song on the spot. Or my mind did. But no, it was something about the moon. Some weird stuff.
Oh my god.
But anyways, at the ends, I would get like closer to my dogs, and then at the end, I think like they bit me or like they barked at me or something and shook me awake.
Interrupted me. You know the day you find that and you like don't really remember what it is, and you're just kind of like, what?
Moon?
The moon? Nani?
Yeah. So yeah, that's some of my weird dreams. Do you have any that you want to talk about? Like weird specific dreams that aren't about you being lonely.
We look in my dictionary or like index, I guess.
All right. I guess your brain's full.
Yeah.
It works either
I
way.
guess. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. I'm sure I could come up with one. I mean, there's this one that I like really vividly remember from childhood. Like, I couldn't have been like more than like 8. I don't know why I remember it. Like, it wasn't like significant in any way, but I just remember it. And it was like, I used to have this cat, like this black cat, and her name was Gabby. I was like really attached to this cat, right? And I like walked down into my hallway, and there's just like this giant, like, version of my cat.
Oh god.
And it's like hunched over in a doorway and like across the hall.
Anthropomorphic? Like, was it like standing? Or
it was,
like just a giant cat?
I don't remember.
Like
it was like because it was all hunched over because it was like so big and it was just like in a doorway. And I was like, right on. So you're her mother, right? And so I was like, I love you, but go back to your mom. It's just like, yeah, that was literally it.
Did you feel scared in the moment?
No, that's like, I was just like, cool. Like, okay. Like, it's so weird, and I don't know why I remember it so much, but like.
Yeah, stuff is crazy like that. But yeah, so you watched it last night, right? Yeah. Yeah, me too. We both watched Insidious last night, which is a movie about dreams. Eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually becomes a movie about dreams.
Yeah.
Or astral projection. Yes. But basically, I don't know. I kept thinking of just like dream world, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to explain it. It was like another realm, I guess. But it was...
It's the dimension of the dead.
Yep, it is what it is. Do you want to give like a synopsis on it, or
sure? Yeah. We can give it like a spoiler-free, like little gist of it. The movie came out in 2010, and there's 4 movies in total on the series, I think. It's another thing by James Wan.
Yeah.
It's like we talked about him so much last podcast. It's
high key how bad it was.
It's really interesting because there's moments that remind me of Saw. Of course, I can't really accurately say that because I haven't watched, the full movies, but I know that there's some like really weird transitions in the Saw movies, and there's some of that like weird editing in this movie, and also it's set up just like the Conjuring movies, or most haunted house.
Yeah. Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I'm just looking up some pictures.
Yeah, because you're talking about Saw, and I remembered last night there was a little Easter egg for Saw in Insidious.
Oh, really?
So he's like the teacher, right? and there's like this little saw face in the
jigsaw.
yeah, and this little jigsaw face in the background.
Oh, cute. Did you notice that yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I know.
Wow.
I know. Right?
Good job.
Woo! That didn't go over my head.
Hopefully that didn't clip the mic.
Psych. I know I clapped it earlier. Just thunderclap.
This is a movie that I feel like the concept of it is a lot more scary than the actual movie itself. There's some really cool and like kind of really okay. It's not, some of the stuff is not super creative, but it's handled in a different and unique way. But there is some pretty creative like scares and everything that I was pretty impressed by. Yeah, it's definitely better than I thought it would be.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna set you up for a bad movie, or I guess so, because I set you up for paranormal.
No, it was better than I was expecting. That doesn't necessarily mean I was expecting it to be bad. Just, I don't know. It exceeded my expectations.
Good.
But I didn't think it was super scary. There's creepy moments, but I didn't think it was
terrifying.
Yeah, terrifying. There's definitely tense moments as well. It has that whole Conjuring, very long, slow, quiet moments.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of times. And it's pretty fast paced too. I was surprised by how fast it's like, oh, scary mode.
Yeah, it's like, hi.
Immediately.
Hey, sisters.
Yeah, so it's a pretty fun movie. It's a fun.
Fun.
Or, I just mean it's like,
no,
it's not quite to the jump scare fest. I don't know. I think it's a little like a notch below jump scare fest.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I consider like oh my god, I can't speak. Annabelle Creation to be a jump scare fest. But this is a little notch below that.
Yeah, it's a little. It's got that subtle scare. Yeah, you definitely get those slow moments. There was a moment.
Don't spoil. Yeah. Do you want to say anything just brief real quick?
Well, if you haven't seen Insidious, I would say go watch it. I haven't seen the other 3, so I can't speak for those. But
it's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Netflix at this point in time. I don't know where the other 3 are.
Yeah.
I don't know why they just put 1 on there.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's an hour and 45 minutes. It's not super long and dragged on. It definitely gets to the point pretty fast. So to me, there didn't seem to be any downtime in the movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, go watch it.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Yeah. Get your scare on.
Yeah. And it's PG-13 too.
Why is it PG-13?
Yeah, no, I was pretty surprised. But I mean, it's not super gory or graphic in any way.
I guess so.
You know, it's disturbing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So if you're only allowed to watch PG-13 stuff, this is a pretty. This is probably one of the better PG-13 horror movies.
This is the movie for you.
Yeah. So, you want to move on to spoiler talk?
Yeah, right. Spoilers.
All right, we're gonna spoil the movie for everyone.
Yeah. Gotta cover your ears if you don't want spoilers, or I don't know.
Just get rid of your ears. It's
yeah,
fine.
just get rid of your ears and just watch whatever kind of screen we. She'd be like, "Wow, this is a really good podcast." We signed the entire podcast.
Yes,
after that.
absolutely.
Oh my god, think about how tough that would be if we did like a whole podcast and sign.
Oh my god.
Jesus. Anyway, spoilers.
Yeah. The movie starts. Oh, okay. One of my biggest issues with the movie is its editing. There's a lot of just really awkward transition things.
Oh, for sure.
In it, and yeah, I don't know. Some stuff bugs me quite a bit. Another thing is some of the character design.
Yeah.
You know,
it was the main like antagonist, like the guy with like Dalton, the child. Yeah, Dalton, the child who's being pretty much haunted right now. He refers to this like evil demonic spirit as the man with fire on his face. Yeah, that comes up like once, and everyone has like a different description of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I mean, it didn't bug me too bad, but yeah, I definitely felt that. I'm like, it doesn't look like fire on his face.
Yeah,
it's just red.
Yeah, for sure. So maybe that for me would have been like a little tiny critique, like maybe not call him a man with fire on his face, like. Yeah, I don't know what else he could have substituted it for, but.
He has a red face.
Yeah.
He's got blood on his face.
I'm
Just
like,
say he has blood on his face.
Yeah, like, wasn't he like entirely red? And in all the sketches, he's like black, and then he has a red face.
He has a red face, and then the rest of his body's black.
Oh.
And he has the hooves.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he's definitely the best design when it comes to the monsters. Because everybody else is just like ghost 1920s people.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. It kind of bores me a little bit. Those designs. There is the old lady that haunts Josh.
Yeah.
When he was little. I think her design is okay. I don't know. So yeah, that kind of underwhelmed me a little bit. Is the design of those characters? Oh yeah, there's this dude, the almost greaser looking dude. You know what I'm talking about? He appears sometimes. He has his like hair slicked back and everything. He's wearing like a leather jacket. You know who I'm talking about?
Oh, is that the guy that was like licking her face?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hate him so much.
I don't know.
He's pretty cute.
Yeah.
We're looking at pictures.
Yeah, she's looking at pictures of red faced dude.
This part.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are really my biggest critiques of it. The music was really cheesy. Oh my god.
For sure.
It has so much like plucking strings.
Yeah, that was like the entire
card.
thing. It was just like plucking strings, and I forgot how long and just like dreadful the open. I mean, it's not dreadful because it's not terrible, but it just goes on for so long. The opening, where they're like showing all the credits.
Oh,
it goes on for like a fat 2 minutes or something.
And it's so cheesy the way it's edited.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's probably with most horror movies, but yeah, the sound design.
Yeah.
The exaggerated sounds of everyday objects. So
yeah.
Like, okay, that's not what that sounds like.
Great.
Okay.
Anyway.
So, we start the movie, and it's another happy family moving into a new house.
It's another happy family with like 2 young kids and a baby.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like every horror movie is just like little kids.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember the mom's name?
I feel like
I want to say Tanya, but it's not right.
I want to say like Joyce for some reason, but I don't think that's right either.
Joyce Byers.
Yeah. Well,
Here, I'll look up her name because
okay.
I know
because the husband's name is Josh.
And then we know Josh and Dalton.
And then the other boy's not really important, and I don't think they ever really say the sister's name. She's a baby.
And I don't. Oh, it's a sister.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know the gender.
Yeah.
I wasn't assuming his gender.
Like it wasn't like a huge thing. It just popped up, and I just remember it for some reason.
It was Rose.
Rose.
Okay, so it's Rose. So yeah, we get a little bit of character development through this. I mean, it's very Conjuring, this opening. At least it's not in one shot, and it doesn't completely mimic the same thing.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm pretty sure Conjuring came out 3 years after this.
Did it?
Yeah, because 2010, Conjuring 2013,
oh, wow.
I believe.
I thought. Yeah.
So I shouldn't be saying this is ripping off Conjuring. I should be saying.
Conjuring.
Yeah, that was right. 2013.
Oh, good job.
Yeah. I'm good with dates.
And then I think Conjuring 2 was like 2016 or 2017. It doesn't matter, but like.
Yes.
I saw it in the theaters. It was scary.
Yeah, the timeline's kind of important. If we're talking about, if we're comparing the movies, I feel like we should accurately know
the dates.
Yeah, the dates.
Which we should probably write that on a list for future events.
For future
like,
James Wan.
Like if we do one like on the I don't know if we will, but if we do one on like the Conjuring universe as a whole, then we might want to like a list in order.
We'll have notes and research for that if we do that.
That would be like a 3-hour long podcast. Like it would be so long because there's so many. Like there's not so many, but you're
there's
thinking if Annabelle is part of the Conjuring universe at this point, then all the Annabelles.
Yeah. It's easy to do a whole episode on Annabelle and just like the origin.
Yeah.
And everything. But
the origin and how it's really faked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it happens nearly immediately where Rose goes up into the attic and she steps on this ladder, breaks the bottom step, and trying to reach this light to turn on because she's looking for sheet music. Yeah. She's a musician. She writes her own songs, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And the father, Josh, is the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So she turns on this light, finds the sheet music, then turns it off. I think there's some cheesy like sound effect, like
yeah,
or something like a monster.
Yeah.
something is off about the
Something's
house
up there
immediately.
Yeah, I think
like again, this movie does not mess around. It gets right to it.
Yeah, no, it gets right down to the point. Like I think one of the first like things, it wasn't really a scare, but it was just like, oh, that happened. Happens like not even 20 minutes into the movie. Like after she's put the books on the shelf. And she, like, goes out there, like, looking for street music. She's like, if you want to, like, touch my books, like, just put them back. And he's like, I didn't touch your books.
No. Yeah, there's a lot of little stuff set up.
But it starts pretty quick. No, it's so fine.
Yeah, I think that's what happens next, is we get a little more of those scenes.
Yeah. More.
But no, then Dalton goes up to the attic.
Yeah, and he doesn't realize that the ladder's broke because Rose just decided to, like, put it back. Like, nothing happened. Like, oh. That happened. Oh, well.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they were wanting to fence off the attic.
Yeah.
But, no, Dalton, this is pretty tense, this scene, because he keeps stepping up the ladder.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. So, you know, you're waiting for this ladder to break. He reaches for the light. I think... Oh, no, it just breaks, and he falls on the ground. But he's okay at first, and then something attacks him, or something scares him.
Yeah,
it jumps off screen.
Yeah,
and we hear him screaming
because he was like totally fine, and they like looked off into the like dark, I think, towards the stairs. And it never actually showed, at least from memory, what it was that scared him. But
I don't think so.
It just like cut to the living room, and he started screaming.
I think we do get a POV shot though of like Dalton. He's like freaking out, and then it's a jump to the family hearing him scream.
They're like, "Oh my god, Dalton!"
Yeah, they run up there. I do like some of the acting. I thought that scene was done pretty okay. Dalton's acting's alright. I don't think he's great, but it's passable. It's not like horrible.
You know whose acting was spot on? The baby.
No, yeah, absolutely.
It's just like crying on point.
No, yeah, there is some acting that I'm like, oh, whatever, okay.
Yeah.
Later on, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
So Dalton ends up. Is this when he ends up being in a coma?
He goes.
Because they blame the ladder.
Yeah, they do blame it, but like
he
they
falls
go.
Asleep first. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
Getting ahead of myself.
They go to the ER to get like Dalton checked out, or maybe they didn't go to the ER. Anyway, Dalton goes to bed that night, and in the morning, his mother notices he's a little late to breakfast, so she tells the dad to go upstairs and wake him up. And while he's trying to wake him up, he's not really like moving or anything. He's breathing, but he's not like moving. And so they find out he's in a coma, so to speak. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, the doctors tell them right off the bat that it's like, oh, it's nothing like I've ever seen. You know? There's no, there's no way of telling like what the cause was, because it seems like there is no cause to why he's in the coma. Which I do like this dynamic. I think it's kind of an interesting way to take the story. And it kind of has some payoff, though. Yeah. And being in a coma, you can hear the heart monitor. There's some pretty good scares with it, yeah.
Those scenes, like, after... I don't know, I could be jumping ahead too far. But just remember, like, those scenes where his brother's like, I don't like it when he walks around at night. I was like, oh my god, don't do that!
Yeah, later on, his older brother... His brother, their bedrooms are directly across from each other down this long hallway. So when the brother can lean up in his bed, he can see Dalton laying there.
Which was so creepy. Those shots were like so unsettling.
Yeah, I do like some of the cinematography. It has a constant motion to it. Even in the calm scenes, there's a lot of handheld shots. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm a sucker for the slow pans in. Oh yeah. You know, I just love those shots, especially like. Sorry, back to The Conjuring. I love the shot where they're going to the bus and it like it's I don't know. I love those kinds of shots. Yeah. There's a good one.
I think my favorite like cliche James Wan shot. I only say cliche because I've only ever seen it in his movies. Is the shot of like the camera spinning. Kind of like towards the.
Oh yeah, that's in a couple other stuff. But
is it? Yeah, it's probably just me because I'm not like really wide. I'll stick to like the same stuff.
No, I love those. Yeah, kinds of weird tilted.
I think there was one in like The Conjuring 2 that worked out like really well, but the one in La Llorona was kind of like sucked.
That's one of the better shots in the movie, though.
Yeah, it was for sure, but I don't know. I feel like I could have had a better moment.
Mm-hmm.
Back to Insidious before we jump over like every other horror movie in existence.
So back to when they first discover that he's in a coma. I think this is when we get the baby monitor scene.
I think so.
So Rose is home alone with the baby.
In Coma Boy.
Yeah, don't call him that.
Sorry, it's just like I can remember his name, so it's just like Coma Boy.
Current Coma Boy over here.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Oh,
I forgive
it's just
you.
like
I don't know if Dalton will, but I forgive you. Oh my goodness. But no, she's home alone. This is one of the cliche kind of baby monitor scene. You get some static and stuff coming out of the baby monitor, and she's kind of creeped out by it.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I feel like her reaction was kind of underwhelming for this because she hears a voice.
She hears a voice.
Saying, "I want it. I want the baby."
Yeah. And she's just kind of standing there, like, "Are we sure that's my baby?"
Huh? Is there somebody there?
Is there? I mean, I hear a loud, demanding male voice, but like, is there really someone there?
Yeah.
I mean, it could just be the baby.
Yeah, definitely.
Goo goo go.
I do like the sounds, or the, I guess, sound design of how the baby monitor sounds.
Yeah, like all the whispering.
Yeah,
it's definitely
pretty
really
creepy.
eerie. Yeah.
No, it's definitely it caught me off guard, like, because usually baby monitor stuff you just hear a little bit of static and maybe like slight whispering, but this was like you could clearly hear what he was saying. It was pretty disturbing. Yeah, and I think it was really staticky, and then like the closer she got, like the clearer it got. And it was just so eerie. She's like looking up at the stairs, up towards the baby's room, with like the baby monitor. Oh, this is a cool shot too. Sorry.
Yeah, it is though. And she's like listening to like this voice coming from the baby monitor, and all of a sudden, what does he say? Like he screams, "I want it, and I want it now!" Right? I want money, and I want it now. Yeah, I feel like
I don't know. There might have been like a slam.
There's a give
something.
it to me. Yeah, there was definitely like a slam.
Yeah. Anyways, he wants the baby.
He wants the baby.
Wants the baby.
Yeah, he like screams like, "I want the baby," and there's like a slam, and she goes running up there, and there's nothing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whatever. And there is kind of it's pretty simple, but I like the shots where she opens the door and then she closes it, and the camera's like in the doorway.
Like you almost expect something, but like.
Yeah. Yeah, I was expecting that like stairway shot to kind of pay off later in the movie, because I think we get another shot similar to it up that stairway. But yeah, I was surprised. But after that, she tells Josh about it because Josh has been staying at school late.
Whoa.
Yeah, because he wants to get out.
Grade some tests.
Yeah. Woo. This is a pretty sad dynamic with it.
Yeah.
Because he obviously just wants his own time away from Dalton and everything.
Like, people obviously have, like, their different ways of, like, coping to trauma and stuff like that. And for Josh, it was, like, kind of being alone and processing it all.
Yeah.
Meanwhile...
Which very much offends Rose.
Yeah, which very much offends Rose, which kind of offends me. Because I was like, stop being so mean. I mean, I get that you're being hard, but like...
No, yeah. Because, I don't know. It's a good dynamic because you understand both perspectives. Because, of course, Rose doesn't want
to be alone and like with all the kids.
Alone. She's feeling this dark presence, and she has to deal with Dalton looking. It definitely sets up like more conflict and like trauma for the movie, and you're just kind of like in this uneasy state, and you're like, wow, no more happy family. So happens pretty fast. Yeah,
it does really. So it's conflict after that.
After baby monitor, I'm trying to remember. Oh, I think this is okay. A couple of times in the movie we get this. I think it's a cold opening as well, where it's a shot of Josh in his childhood bed.
Oh yeah.
Nothing happens. It's just a shot of a kid sleeping in a bed. Yeah. And then title card.
Yeah, pretty much. It happens a couple times, like while he's like sleeping or whatever, I guess, but.
Yeah, just like the editing for it really irks me. I just hate the way it's presented.
It isn't really like...
It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. It's just there.
It's the same shot every time, too.
Yeah. It's like, they didn't try from, like, a different angle. It's just the exact same shot.
Yeah, and every time you see it, it doesn't really develop anything further. There's one shot where it's out the window, and you just see forest. And then I think there might be one shot where you see the old woman. But, like, I don't know. It's just annoying. But, yeah, Rose... Oh, no, this is where we get the alarm scene.
Oh, God, I hate that scene.
Yeah, this is a great scene.
Like, I hate it because it freaks me out so bad. Because, literally, like, home invasion is, like, one of my worst fears. And I just hate it so much.
There's a lot to go through right here.
Yeah.
So, I think that it starts off with the alarm going off. So, Josh rushes down. Sorry.
Did the handprint come before that? Like, right before it? And then they went to bed that night?
Oh, yeah. Rose finds this, like, bloody handprint on Dalton's sheet.
Yeah, like, right next to his foot. And she's like, whoa!
She's like, oh! Because when Josh comes home late that night, she's, like, sitting out on the stairs out in front of the house. And she just kind of gives him the sheets after they have this conflict. And she's like, deal with that then, or whatever.
Yeah, she's like, do it.
So that's a thing. And then we also, I don't know if this is now, but we get those handprints on the window. Or is that later in the movie? The bloody handprints on the window?
I don't remember that.
Oh.
It was probably just...
Yeah, it might be later. Because I think that's before... I don't want to get ahead of ourselves
We'll just go, like, step by step. All right.
The alarm goes off.
Yeah. They go to bed that night, and... Well, they don't... Yeah, okay. I'm trying to remember the process of everything happening. So, everyone's getting in bed, and, you know... Oh, you know what happens right before that?
What?
I'm pretty sure was the I don't like it when he walks around at night. Yeah. But we kind of already covered that, so we can just kind of hop on by.
Yeah.
There's just, like, this creepy shot of Dalton and his brother, like, quote-unquote, like, looking at each other. Anyway, Josh and Rose are down in bed, and they're getting ready to, like, turn lights off and everything, and all of a sudden, like, the house alarm starts going off. And it was just, like, this alarm programmed, like, one of those little programs. And it's, like, really loud, and Josh is, like, telling her to stay put, and he goes to check it out, and the door's closed, like, everything's fine, and so he, like, looks out the door, oh, no. I keep messing it up. There was a knock, and then there was, like, rapping, and
it's okay.
Yeah.
This is a pretty chaotic scene,
it
but
is.
Did you already cover when Rose goes in the baby's room?
No.
Oh, yeah. I hate that shot.
I know.
I hate it so much. It's just so cheesy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
A creepy concept, though.
Yeah. It's so creepy, but... Rose goes and checks on the baby, and then she sees this figure where you can see his face pretty clearly. Pale.
It's so clear. I think it was that guy who, like, licked her face or something.
Yeah, I just hate his design so much. He looks like a greaser.
He looks like a biker that doesn't want to do nice things to you.
No. He's just wearing a leather jacket, hair slicked back, and he's standing behind the...
He likes licking things.
Yeah, he just wanted to lick the baby. The reveal of it's okay, I guess. She runs in, the camera pans with her, and then you see his face hiding behind, like, the sheet, very close to the crib, and then she's like, "Get out of here!"
Whoa!
Whatever.
And
he disappears.
Yeah. By this point, Josh has, like, finished his first round downstairs, just, like, making sure everything's okay, and he hears Rose screaming about the man being in the room, so he goes up there, and he's checking everything out, and he's like, "I don't see anything." And then I think at this point the alarm goes off again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so then he tells Rose to grab the baby and the other son and go into Dalton's room just to be safe. And then he goes down the stairs, and, like, I hate this shot so much. It creeps me out so bad. And the door's just, like, wide open. the lock's off, like the door's just open.
Oh yeah.
And the alarm's just going off. And I was like, oh my god, stop. No. And so he's like looking around the house, he closes the door. And he's just kind of making sure everything's okay.
I think that's where the sequence ends.
Yeah, pretty much. I think the alarm goes off one more time, but it was just the alarm, and I was like...
Yeah, and then Rose is like, let's move out. Which happens pretty early in the movie, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Something interesting about this movie is it really focuses on two houses.
Yeah.
So halfway through the movie, they move again.
Yeah.
And now you got another creepy setup of a house where now the boys' bedrooms are directly next to each other, and there's a grandfather clock in the middle of them, and there's this long hallway to get to them.
Yeah, it's a very...
It's creepier than the last house.
It's a setup. It's definitely like a setup for horror.
Yeah.
I love that record players. Well, I don't love it, but it's just creepy. I don't like it.
Yeah, this is...
I hate that song.
The Tiptoe, yeah.
Yeah.
This is where we get introduced to Josh's mother.
Yeah, Josh's mother. And like the other spirits that are kind of there.
I don't know, I think they were there the whole time.
Well, yeah.
Because...
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Because I think they just followed them.
Oh, wait, because he's haunted. So,
yeah.
They go where he goes.
Spoiler alert, this is with almost every horror movie, but the house isn't haunted. They are.
Whoa!
Or specifically,
the
Dalton
boy.
is, yes.
We're like, we were introduced to Josh's mother, and she's like unpacking like things to help set up. And there's this picture that she comes across, and she's like, oh, I can't believe you got him to sit still for a picture, which at the time in the movie seems like,
okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice, I guess.
He just kind of seems grumpy.
Yeah, she's like, I never let him sit still. It comes in later, though, so it's just kind of there.
That's one of my more favorite parts of the movie. Except for the Photoshop's pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Especially, like, in the one where she was, like, standing on, like, the hill, and he was, like, on the swing. I was like, oh my god! So anyway, she was like, oh, yeah, it's nothing, and they brushed it off. I think, at this point, she leaves to go do something, or go home, or something, in that sense. And she puts on, like, Rose, she puts on, like, music on this record player.
She's home alone again.
Yeah, and she's home alone, and she's got, well, Dalton's there, but,
No, that's so sad. And the baby.
I don't know.
Where is the baby?
Like, okay, if you think about it, the baby and the other brother were nowhere in the ending scene.
That's true.
At all. And I don't know what happened.
Dead.
Oh my god. Jesus. Oh my goodness. Anyway, she's home alone with Dalton. And she's like cleaning up, she's putting everything like where it's supposed to be now. And she goes out to take like the garbage out, and she like comes back, and there's like this window shot, and the record skips, and it changes to I don't know the exact name of the song.
Tiptoe through the window.
Tiptoe through the window, by the window. Yeah, that little creepy song. Yeah. I hate it so much. Like
Tiny Tim. He's a cutie.
Like, I like it in the sense that I don't. Yeah, it's creepy, but I hate it in the sense that it's creepy.
Funny shot, though.
Yeah, it's like this little boy doing like a jig in front of the record player.
He's having fun. I mean,
I
don't despise him for doing it, you know?
Yeah, because
he's just having a good time.
Because I don't really think he was like a negative spirit in any way. No. Like he was a rambunctious spirit, a poltergeist.
It's like he's just like Roy from The Conjuring, the little boy.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
He's the same character, essentially.
Yeah.
Another 1920s, just a little boy.
Yeah. And so she like sees this little boy doing the jig through the window. And she's like, oh my god, like what are you doing in there? And she like moves to like the next window, which is like directly by it, which is a little weird layout, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Doesn't bother me.
Yeah. And he's gone, magically. Woo. And she runs back into the house, and this is like one of the really it wasn't like really uncomfortable, but it's different. It's a different transition than you usually see. She's like running into the house, but you see her running into the house, and it cuts like through the wall into like her coming into the house. I don't know. I just like that.
That's where it is. Sorry.
Huh?
Where it has the window seal, and then as it's moving, it cuts to the next shot. Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Definitely weird.
This isn't one of the editing things I was talking about. That's very much like Saw. Because there's this Saw part where a lady crashes through like glass or something, and then behind the glass is the next shot of the scene.
You should show me that.
Like, I don't know that. Okay, I don't hate the use of it. I just hate that it's not consistent. It's just so jarring. It's just so weird.
Yeah. It's definitely.
It throws you off.
For sure.
And not in a good way. That horror movie should. It takes you out of the feel of it, and it's like, oh, that's a weird choice.
Like, huh? All right. Right on. But yeah. So she comes in, and of course he's gone. The music is back to normal. I'm not quite sure what comes after that. Oh, and then she's like looking around, and then she ends up like chasing the spirit around the house, like the little boy doing the jig. Into Dalton's room. Where she finds him in the cupboard, and he just like jumps out. And he's like,
this one's pretty funny too. So we see shoes behind this like curtain. So, there's a fake out where she grabs a broom and brushes the curtain aside, but then the boy comes out of the cabinet instead of the curtain.
Oh my god.
And yeets out of there. He honestly looks like he's still doing a jig when he's walking out.
Oh my god. He just looks like he's constantly dancing, and I think it's the best thing.
Yeah, he's just a happy little boy.
He's a happy little spirit that wants your son's soul. Yeah. Other than that.
He just wants to live again.
Yeah, come on. He just wants to do the jig. Come on, you don't deny him that. That magical experience. I think she calls Josh's mother back, right? And then she calls the priest.
No, the mother shows up at the house, and then the mother tells them where to find Elise.
But they had a priest come in at one point. Like a regular priest.
Oh, yeah.
And then the dad walks in and he's like, this is supposed to be some kind of joke. Like, man comes home to see her wife with a priest.
His reaction was so different than I was expecting. But
I know. I was
so the priest doesn't really do anything for them, but
he
gets in contact with Elise.
Elise
Yeah.
on your house.
And her two little, henchmen people.
Henchmen.
Okay, these are the performances I don't like.
The nerds.
Oh god, it's just so cheesy. They're super stereotypical nerds.
Yeah.
And they're comic relief, but
they're at the same time
god.
It's not really needed. Stop.
It's
not the right
needed.
moment for it.
Mm-hmm. We both drink water at the same time. I'm sure that was a great moment of silence. But yeah, I don't know. It just bothered me. There's some kind of funny stuff with them, but it's really not needed. It throws the tone off of the movie. It's just weird.
Yeah, there was a scene after, because what ends up happening is Josh is listening to Elise talk about what is potentially the further and where their son is. And Josh is freaking out. He's not freaking out, but he's over it.
He's not freaking out, but he's freaking out.
But he's freaking out, man. And he's so over it. He's all right, get out. I don't want to hear this stupid talk. Haha. Jokes.
Sorry. I was just gonna say before this, the two henchmen go. They both go to check out the house before they call Elise in.
Yeah.
But this is where we get that shot with the different.
Oh
the
yeah.
I
thought
like
that was
that
after. I don't know why I thought that was after. While they're kind of inspecting,
they have this camera.
Yeah, they have this camera that changes the. I don't know. The lighting.
It basically has
a film over. Yeah.
Film with different colors.
So I'm gonna go to
show different activity.
I'm gonna go on a little nerd spiel real quick. If you take a telescope and you get the different, basically filters, for the end of it, they'll highlight different aspects of the moon or Venus or closer planets. Yeah. So I have
That's
like
cool.
so I have a set of that stuff. Huh, I'm cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Full moon on Monday. Party. Oh my god.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is where we get the shot of the two family people. I don't know what to call them. The two like stop motion creepy girls that are all dressed in like 50s.
Was
clothing.
that them? I thought that was. It could have been.
I think it was them.
Yeah,
the
it
same
probably
one,
was.
like where eventually she gets the gun.
Oh
and shoots
yeah.
the family.
No, I thought that was just one because she like stood there and she's like, oh, bam.
Really? I thought it was two.
Yeah,
whatever. One of them, but the whole like thing with them is that they're kind of stop motion, where they like have like really quick movements.
They're really abrupt and creepy. They kind of creep me out, but like.
I don't know. The design bothers me. I feel like they could have got so much better design.
Like just her smile is so unnerving.
Mm-hmm.
Like after she shoots.
No, yeah, the performance is good.
Yeah,
I like the smiling and everything.
But like costumes could have done. Better.
Yeah, costume person. Jeez.
God, we're just like critiquing every aspect of this movie.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I mean, it's what it's for.
It's honestly what bothered me. It's like what stood out to me.
That's what we're doing. We're just talking about the movie.
We don't hate everybody who made it or anything.
No, we don't. We're just talking about it.
Yeah, it's so awesome that they made a movie, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, like it's an impressive work, and when you think about it as a whole, but it's definitely got its small scale issues.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's just mostly budget, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Because a lot of it did feel kind of cheap. But I don't know. I hate like getting on a movie for not having a big budget. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they kind of tried to do stuff that wasn't within reach for the budget they were going for.
Like they tried.
Yeah. Like the CG.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It was so cheesy. It's very Conjuring 2, but done a lot worse.
Well, it's part of James Wan's growth.
Yes.
This is before
it's his
those
growth.
movies,
yes.
where he casted the same actor as Josh. Yeah.
I by far think, my personal opinion, that The Conjuring 2 is his best film, but that's just my opinion. Which you still need to watch.
Yeah,
oh my god.
Okay, sorry. I feel like we should try to go
back
the
to
end
Insidious.
of it. Yeah.
So they had that little jump scare with like the lights, and they decided to call in Elise, who they never really say what she is. She's like this investigator potentially.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's like a medium.
Yeah, investigator medium, right in there.
I don't think she can astral project.
No, but she knows a lot on it.
She knows who can.
Do you want us to explain that real quick?
What?
Astral projection, because I don't know if that's the point of the movie that's at it right now. We kind of get an exposition dump a little bit of like Dalton can astral project, which basically means that his soul can leave his body and travel to another realm called the Further.
Yeah, it's basically like sleep. Oh, sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're fine.
It's like sleepwalking for your spirit.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty. Yeah. And the Further is basically a realm where spirits of the dead are. Yeah. So basically, the farther that Dalton's spirit is away from his body, the more that spirits of the dead want to possess him, or the easier it is for them to possess him. And basically have another run at life, whether that's what their motive is, or if they just want to torture everyone, which is the demon's motive. The demon's motive that wants to get into Dalton. There's multiple spirits. That's why we see the little boy. We have this whole family of like 50s, 60s looking
creepy looking people. Like a very happy family, and then obviously like I think she's like the daughter, maybe. It's
very nuclear family.
Yeah, for sure. Very, which I kind of enjoy the aspect of. I like that, like
the whistling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
The dad's like whistling with like this newspaper, and there's like a maid ironing, and
one of the daughters shoots all of them. But,
you know,
happy family.
Happy family. And it's all abrupt, so it happens like really quick, and it's like,
and they're all very doll-like, which I kind of like.
Yeah. They're very perfectionist. And so they end up like taking Elise around the house, and she's just kind of like looking at everything, like she's seeing like all these different spirits, because she can see the spirits from the further realm, but she can't astral project herself, which is weird. But
yeah,
okay.
And she knows so much about like the further.
Yeah, and it's like
whatever.
Well, I think the second Insidious talks about that.
Yeah, I
and
don't
why
want
she knows so much.
I don't want to complain too much about that because there's more in the series, and I'm expecting it to be able to explain that more.
And so she gets to Dalton's room, and she's like looking around the room, and she has to like leave the light off, and she's like looking above Dalton's bed, and she's talking to one of her henchmen.
Yeah, one of the henchmen.
Who has this like notepad, and he's drawing out what she sees pretty much.
I like this scene a lot.
Yeah, she did a really good job, I think, acting like so scared. I was like, oh.
It's creepy because we get these like shots of the really dark part of the roof, which there's nothing there, but it's just like we get this really disturbing description of him.
Yeah.
She's like, he has black arms, black legs.
Yeah, she's like, she has
black everything.
He has hooves for feet. Like,
red face.
He's pretty demonic. So anyway, the mom, I think, like, kind of gets tired of it in the heat of the moment and like slaps the light on.
Yeah.
And she's like, boom, light. There's nothing there. Whoa. And they have like this picture now of the demon, who is pretty much the closest spirit to Dalton's soul. So yeah. The weaker Dalton gets, the closer he gets to possessing it.
Oh, we skipped over the actual red face jump scare.
Oh, did we?
That was before. Yeah.
Wow.
The mom Josh's mother tells the story, that she had a dream where she saw, the red-faced demon in Dalton's room.
So he was a visitor.
This is definitely one of the best scenes of the movie.
Yeah.
But unfortunately,
it's been
pretty
spoiled
well
for
known,
Joey.
and it was really spoiled for me.
I was lucky enough to like not.
Yeah. Because I actually knew about that scene before I watched The Conjuring, and I knew it was the same actor.
Oh
so
my
I kept
goodness.
thinking it was going to happen in The Conjuring, but it happens in Insidious. Yeah. So, whatever. It's still great.
Yeah.
She explains this like story. You see the dark figure of the of Red Face in the corner, and then it cuts back to them all sitting at this table. And then, is it the mother's reaction? And, like, she looks like she sees something, and then...
Yeah, I think so, and it's behind Josh.
Yeah. We get a really creepy shot of Redface, like, halfway hiding behind Josh's head.
Yeah, and it's so creepy because, like, his face is, like, pretty much the only thing you can see, and it's, like, so sudden, and the colors of the room were already, like, pretty dull, and Redface's face is literally, like, bright red, and it's just so noticeable.
The whole, color grading, I guess it would be color grading, in this movie is very dull, kind of, pulls all the color out of everything, which, it's alright for indoor stuff, but I feel like those shots of, Rose outside, like, taking out the trash was so overexposed.
Yeah.
So, that's the only time that the color grading bothered me. But, yeah, it's really cool to have this, like, such a huge contrast between the dullness and this bright face.
Because you literally can't miss it. And it's
it's pretty scary. I
feel like it's one of the best scares of the movie, just because it's like this semi-relaxed scene, and you're not really expecting much of anything, and then just like, boom, like, oh, hey there.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, sorry, we forgot about that. But yeah, the mother says this, and then this is, I think, when she wants to call Elise, yeah. So, back to after Elise describes Redface on the ceiling, after we get that drawing.
Isn't that where they start doing, like, the little exorcism, I guess?
Well, I don't know, I guess it was before, when Josh kicked them out. Because Josh sees, like, the pictures, where it's like, last night I dreamt that I watched myself sleep. Yeah,
so after, like, the drawing, she's kind of, like, talking to Josh about all this stuff, and, he sends them out, and that night, Josh is in Dalton's room, and he's, like, looking at all these pictures on Dalton's wall, which have been drawn by Dalton, which kind of confuses me a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't look like kids' drawings.
Yeah, but that
Or, I
that
mean,
too, and like
just
just
like
it
the
doesn't
writing.
make sense, like how he would have done that.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know, because the goal towards the end was to like get him back to his body, but his body was in his room, and he put up pictures in his room.
Oh no, I think he has done astral projection many times before, and then he was just drawing it.
Oh.
Drawing it from those previous times, and then this recent time he went too far and got lost.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But he's not lost. He's actually chained up with a red-faced demon.
Yeah.
Thing.
Which was a creepy little scene.
Yeah.
It's like I think the like inside of his room gives you the kind of heebie-jeebies. Yeah. A little bit. Like it's not creepy, but I'm like, oh, lovely.
But no, this is where we get explained that Josh can actually astral project. He can do it too, and he passed it to his son.
Yep, on accident.
Yeah.
Sorry, kid. Tough luck.
Yeah, and this is where it's a reveal of why we don't have any pictures of Josh.
Because baby astral projects.
Oh God.
Oh no.
What would it even be like for a baby being possessed?
She's just like walking around like
a Chucky doll?
Like the further, and she's like, hey. They're like, hey boss. How's it going?
Jeez.
Oh my God.
I didn't even think about that. Or I mean, the other brother potentially could too.
Plot twist. Redface is actually the baby when she goes into the further, and she's jealous of the attention
he gets. Oh my God. I hate that. Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense because like the demon on the baby monitor went after the baby, which means that the baby might have been astral projecting, and that's why it was weak. The connection to the soul was weak for it to try to possess the baby. So the baby's the red face dude.
Oh my God.
Like, again, in the further, can you like control what you look like? Can you make your own like avatar?
I mean, I'm guessing. I mean, those people are all able to like relive their past, so you think there'd be some ability to kind of like.
Yeah. So I mean.
Oh my God.
Would the red face be the persona? Assholes.
Does she go to furry convention?
I love that.
And the further. Oh, ew. I hate that so much, but like I love it.
Yeah,
okay.
So back to this is where we get the reveal of why Josh doesn't have any of his childhood pictures.
Yeah.
It's because in every single picture, there's this old lady that's haunting him. What?
No. They're just like my mind stopped at this old lady.
Like just a random old lady.
There's just this old lady who sneaks in the background of all my pictures.
She's just photobombing. It's like it's not even like evil intentions.
Oh.
She's a normal old lady.
Oh my God, my stomach hurts.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
Yeah. No, it's a creepy old lady.
Yeah. It's creepy.
A creepy old lady.
But in every picture, she gets closer and closer to him, and all these pictures, the Photoshop
is
on it,
so bad.
It's very bad. But hey, I'm gonna give it because it's 2010 when this came out, so it could just be outdated. Yeah. Like it might have looked better in the time.
Yeah, for sure. I think.
I didn't watch this in 2010. Sorry.
Neither did I. I watched it like last year. And so this old lady is basically what the demon is to Dalton. Like to what
Redface is to Dalton, old lady is to Josh.
Yeah. Mimes are to clowns as dogs are to wolves.
Huh?
Mimes are to clowns as dogs are to wolves.
Oh.
Yeah. I hate those things.
Dogs?
No, just like those like phrases. Like blanks to blank. Is blanks to blank. I just frustration.
So
baby is to red face.
No, so this, I think this is the last like 20 or half an hour of the movie is when he's in the further.
Mm-hmm.
Josh gets hypnotized. Not really. He just gets relaxed by Elise and goes into the further. This is kind of a cool reveal where he's like, "Well, you didn't work," and then he turns around and he sees himself sitting in the chair. He's like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, hello.
Yeah. So the further, this is where the budget kind of really shows. He walks out of the house, bunch of smoke machines, and a just black room.
Yeah, just black.
And then there's spirit, freaky looking ghost people every once in a while.
Yeah, like just creepy zombie looking people, and he eventually like finds the house, like the house they're currently living in, but in the further.
Yeah, he leaves the house they're in
to go to another
house.
Go to the same house.
Yeah, that confused me quite a bit, but
maybe they're like across the street from each other, and it's just like haunted side, not haunted side.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so he goes into this new house, and this is where he's greeted by all the spirits that basically are trying to get into his son's body.
He finds this red door, which was painted in one of, or not painted.
Like drawn out.
Yeah, drawn out by
Dalton on his wall.
In the bedroom wall, that's why he knows where to go.
Yeah.
Just want to clarify that.
Yeah. So, like, he's, like, getting by all these, like, weird folks. And he gets to the red door.
Or the greaser dude, he shows up.
Yeah, the greaser dude shows up. Yeah, they have a fight right in front of the door. And then Elise pops in because his body's, like, convulsing.
And she's like, "You're stronger than they are.
You're alive!"
And then he
Detroit become human.
This is another really funny part of the movie, is, like, when he gets, like, pushed off the edge. He's like,
"Oh my god, yeah." Yeah, he's like, "Oh."
The sound, it's pretty
game
funny.
over sound. So then he goes into this door, and that's like his lair, right? Like,
yeah.
And
Redface's lair.
like he's basically in Redface's lair at this point, which would typically be the attic, I think.
Huh.
In the other house, I think. I think the attic
I didn't
is.
think about that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Because if you think about like where it is.
And plus, that's where Dalton was
that's where he
essentially
fell.
possessed.
Yeah.
Or not possessed, but like.
Yeah, because Elise talks about him having been there, done that, like a lot.
His soul is essentially okay.
But yeah, so the attic is pretty much like the Redface's lair, and it's literally red with like fog.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Lots of chains. There's like this watchtower.
Oh yeah. It's almost like an office building.
Yeah.
Where Mr. Redface is the boss, looking down at his employees.
Mr. Redface.
Mr. Redface.
Mr. Redface.
And this is where we get that scene. That's another pretty famous scene from this movie, where he's sharpening his nails.
Yeah, he's sharpening his nails, and he's like dancing to like the tiptoe through the window.
Yeah.
It's like going, or like the camera's panning around his room to like all the weird, creepy stuff he has in there.
Yeah. There's just a lot of like toys and dolls.
Yeah, I think so. And so, God, there were some creepy moments like after his dad found him and he was like looking down at them. Oh my god, I hated that.
There's that's a pretty creepy shot. Where Dalton's like, "He's looking at us," and
Yeah.
then he was like, "Sticks out his tongue." He has like a snake tongue.
Yeah, he does.
He almost reminds me of Krampus, like the design of him.
Yeah.
Just with a red face. Because he got the hooves, the tongue.
Yeah. Yeah, so Josh finds Dalton all chained up on the floor, and Redface is doing his own thing, and he's
he rips off the chains.
Yeah,
he's alive.
Yeah, because he's alive.
He's stronger than those dead chains.
Whoa. So they're about to get out, and Dalton like kind of like looks up, and this is like what Joey just said, and he like looks up. He's like, he's looking at us, and he's like red face is like sprawled out like on the window, and he's just like laying there, and he's got his tongue out. It's all nice looking. Cute. And he like turns to look at him, and he's like, "Oh, well,
oh well."
We'll just sneak past him, and he like turns, and Redface is like right there. And, he's still got his tongue out.
They got some combat.
They fight for a little bit.
Yeah, the fight choreography is alright. I was surprised that they actually like, or specifically with the greaser dude. I was surprised that there actually was like a fight scene.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, all right.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. I don't know, but I wasn't expecting it. I just mean like when the other stuff seemed like it had a budget, I wasn't expecting it. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, they escape.
They do they?
Yeah. No, that's the twist of this movie. Oh. So yeah, he leaves Dalton behind like a horrible father.
Yeah, he's like, oh, go.
What is even the reason?
Yeah, because he's talking to the lady that was in his pictures. Like, if you're saving your son and you're saving yourself, and you know that red-faced dude and literally every other spirit in the further is coming after you, why do you stop to talk to that creepy lady?
No, he doesn't. They get into the house. This is there's a couple cool shots of people just reaching out at them in the fog. But once he gets to the house, he's like, "Oh, go on without me" or whatever, because he's tired.
Yeah.
That's the weird moment for me. And then he goes and confronts
that's right.
the mirror, which I guess the old lady's kind of like a Bloody Mary situation.
I guess so, or kind of like himself, I guess, in a sense.
Yeah, I think she's creepier than Redface, like her design.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think Redface can be creepier in the spur of the moment, but I don't.
So some of the shots of him are a little too desensitizing, where you're not very scared of him anymore.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and so he's like talking to this old lady, and he's like, "What do you want from me? Just go away!"
I think it does a like fade to black there too.
Does it?
Yeah.
And so you know where it is? Rose is trying to get Josh to like wake up and like come back, basically. Because their spirit's like reaching out for his vessel. And then he wakes up all of a sudden, like when the hands are like right here, and then all the hands like fade out, and then he like wakes up and it's like, oh, happy family.
Yeah.
Because there's other like the henchmen and.
I love that. Sorry, I just love that. Like we accepted that as a term. This is a casual term.
The henchmen and the mother were in Dalton's room, and they're like, "Oh, he's awake! Whoa!" And they bring him out, and happy family moment, and then it goes to like
revealed that the Josh was actually being possessed by the old woman. Oh no! And he freaking kills.
Yeah. She freaking strangles her. Elise,
yeah.
He freaking strangles Elise. So.
Which was weird because I thought that she was in the other Insidious movies.
She is, but I think because the second one.
She's only halfway dead. She possesses her twin sister.
She possesses herself from the further. She's a queen.
Yes, absolutely.
Because the second one is like about her past, I think, and then the third one is about her ghost, and then I don't know what the fourth one's about. Or at least I don't remember.
So they still I guess that's right. It's just weird. I thought it was very strange that they killed her. Yeah. Or something. She's kind of iconic.
Yeah, she's kind of a main character looking.
Whatever. The ending kind of rubbed me the wrong way, though.
Yeah, like I wish it would have ended happier.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because I'm okay with a lot of movies having a not happy ending, I guess.
Yeah.
But this one,
the way it played out like so quick, it's just like.
It just felt kind of more cheap.
Because it was like as soon as she was handing him the pictures, you got like that little like bit of music, and you're like, oh, that's not good. Why is that not good?
Yeah.
And
the movie's telling you that something's up.
Yeah, and then he's like, why did you take these pictures? You know I hate that. And he just straight up strangles her like right there. And then, I do like the very, very end.
Where she takes the picture.
Well,
And then
No, because Rose comes out because she hears commotion. Josh leaves to go somewhere. I don't know. And she picks up the camera, and it's
a reveal.
Yeah, it's the reveal basically. Of I don't remember exactly what she saw. It was a reveal of him being possessed by the old lady.
Yeah, well, it gets back into the shot, or it does like a weird flashback thing, where it shows back to the moment where Elise captures the photo, and then during the flash, it turns from Josh to the old lady.
Yeah. And then my favorite.
And she's like, Josh!
Josh, where are you? Let me call for my possessed husband real quick. Hold up. Because I don't I really. It's not my favorite part, but I love the bit where she's like looking for him, and she's like still looking down at the camera, and he's like, I'm right here. And he grabs her shoulder, and she's like,
It's and that's where we get another jump scare title card with the same exact music cue.
Yep, and then nothing else happens after that. Yeah. Yep, that's how it ends. You don't know what happens to them. No. They probably die. Probably.
I don't know. I wonder what the process would be if you're still an astral projection and then somebody takes your body as a vessel. What can you do to get them out of it?
I don't think much, really. I mean, because you're just kind of like stuck in that realm now.
Well, maybe you can possess somebody else and then use them to attack your
you make them unconscious and you're like, give me back my body, go out. That's a lot of work. Oh my god.
Yeah, just imagine a movie like that.
That's so much. We never really figure out what happens to Redface. Good old Redface.
That's true.
Maybe he possessed Dalton and he's secretly.
Maybe they're all possessed.
Maybe they're all possessed. Elise was possessed.
It was okay. Yeah. I liked a lot of moments. Or there's some really good moments, but in general.
Better than La Llorona?
Yeah, for sure. Oh my goodness. They have some really cool little setups for scares. Even though a lot of the scares weren't executed very well. Yeah,
they were still...
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something more subtle about Insidious that's, like, a lot scarier than the latest movies by James Wan. I don't know what it is. Like, I can't put my finger on it. Because it's, like, all the same stuff, but just... I don't know. Maybe it's because I watch so much of his movies, like, you just expect it now. But...
Well, I don't know.
I mean, but they're also just kind of... They have their own problems anyways, but...
Yeah. Well, this one I didn't have as much of a problem with the acting, and I felt like there's a lot of creative stuff that made me appreciate it more. I did like some of the cinematography. The editing was annoying for a lot of it, but yeah,
it was
it's not nearly as offending as The Nun or like
yeah. Yeah, you should watch Conjuring 2 so we can do something on that. Yeah, because literally
the podcast is only Conjuring.
Yeah, because it's so good.
Oh my goodness! I promise next time we'll choose something that's not directed by James Wan.
Quiet Place would be a good one, but like they took it off Netflix this month.
So. I seen it recently.
Yeah, I saw it when it first came out. That was a good movie. I really love that movie.
Yeah, but we're gonna close this off.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. I'll probably cut out all the
us deciding on what to do for next time.
Yeah, so this was episode 2. I feel like it went pretty smooth.
Yeah. Pretty good start for
something.
New thing. I don't know.
I feel like it's definitely useful that we watched the movie so recently.
Yeah, so we should probably do that.
Yeah, we should definitely do that from now on.
Yeah.
But
that kind of restricts us to Netflix.
Yeah, hopefully the fan isn't.
He's our biggest fan, Joey. We can't have it not going.
Yeah, it's so hot, like, all the time right now, so, yeah, the fan... I just have to have the fan on. But, yeah, do you want to say anything before we close on?
Get your spook on.
Alright. I have to log onto my computer before I can stop it. You have, like, 5 seconds to say something, Autumn.
Something. So good. Yes.